Welcome to Tentative Title with Tim. This is a podcast about creativity, about process, about filmmaking, and about screenwriting. Welcome back to the show. I hope everybody had a great Thanksgiving, that you were being, safe. If you did travel, that you did all the precautions that you needed to. But all in all, I hope you have a good Thanksgiving, that you got to, at least, if you didn't get to see family in the flesh, that you actually got to just talk to them, to give them a phone call, do a Zoom call or something, that you just got to connect with family on Thanksgiving. A lot is happening. I mean, it's also Cyber Monday today, and, I kind of forgot about it because, there was Black Friday, and I was just like, yeah, okay, that's fine. But whatever, comes and goes every year, and, I could kind of care less. And then a small business Saturday is something that I try to be more involved with because, there's a lot of great businesses around where I live, and I try as much as possible to throw a little cash to them, just on that day. I try to do that as often as I can, but at least on, small business Saturday, when, the news is reporting on it, that there can be, more of a groundswell of support for small businesses. And then, Cyber Monday, I was just like, oh yeah, that's also happening this year. And yeah, we'll see what's out there, but that's happening today. If you have forgotten, like I've forgotten, that it happens every year. And then also today is the last day of NaNoWriMo, and I've been talking up this event for a couple months now, and it's something that I love to be involved with. And I really try to be involved this year. I started off strong. I had a novel idea that I was working on, and I got in maybe a week or so of good writing every day. And then I was lucky to be brought on to a film shoot where, I was the COVID compliance officer, and I was focusing on, trying to keep that production safe. And it was a lot of fun to be back on set. A lot of different kind of stress than what I'm used to for being on set. But that kind of disrupted the entire flow of my writing overall. I thought I would have time after the shoot to get back into it and to kind of refocus and get my word count in for the month. And it just seemed like every day off I had after that production, I just was not inspired to continue on with this idea. And it's not to say that I didn't do any writing at all. I was still journaling. I actually had a feature idea that I've been working on with a colleague of mine. And, we got a treatment together, and I started to write that, and that was really, really exciting. And so it wasn't that I wasn't doing any writing at all. It's just I wasn't doing writing when it came to that novel idea. So yeah, I guess I could count all of that writing. I could go through all the documents and try to, piece together the word count. But it's no fun doing that. It's a lot more fun to have a full on, from November 1st to November 30th, having a full document that I'm working on. And at the end, I can count all the words, and if it reaches 50,000 words, then technically you've won NaNoWriMo. But the whole point of it, it's a competition in one sense, because I like to see how fast I can get to 50,000 words. And I've been able to do that within a matter of 23 days or something. Like I try to clock getting to there before Thanksgiving, so that when Thanksgiving happens, I can just I can just sit back and say I made it. I got the word count in. I won this NaNoWriMo. Now the rest of the month is just coasting and relaxing and going into the going through Thanksgiving and into the Christmas season and feeling very accomplished with what I've been able to do. But this year wasn't that at all, and I'm actually kind of fine with that, because the whole point of NaNoWriMo was to get people writing. It's like, if you've ever had an idea for a novel, or if you've ever had an idea for a play, or for a screenplay, or for anything, just any kind of writing, it's there to motivate you to finally sit down and put words onto the page. And I really appreciate the fact that this organization is around specifically for that basic, I guess, mission statement. Because it's very hard to just sit down and write. It's very hard to take the images that are in your head and put them on paper. It's one of the hardest jobs to do in the creative field, because it's trying to translate what's in your head to the page, or even just to tell somebody about an idea, is something, at least for me, I struggle with a lot. Like I am at this moment, I am not great at pitching ideas, because I haven't practiced enough. But I also I like to be able to explore the idea first. I like to be able to just put it onto the page, see where it goes, and then if it becomes if it becomes a story that I'm proud of, then I can start to send it out to people and see what they think as well. But I've never had to pitch any of those ideas, except maybe through like an email, and just saying, here's my idea, here's my log line, does this sound good to you? Oh, by the way, here's the script too. I don't waste any time pitching. And I know that's part of what we're supposed to do as artists, especially as creative professionals. We're supposed to pitch our ideas. We're supposed to get meetings where we're talking to executives and that whole, I guess, wheel that we're supposed to be on constantly, where we're coming up with ideas, and then we're pitching ideas, and then we're, if nothing catches, then we're going back to the drawing board and coming up with more ideas and pitching those ideas, and it's just this constant cycle. But just hearing people who are way more successful than I am, and their experience with pitching to executives, and I know it's kind of like, you want to do that because then that means you've technically made it in the business, and you're getting meetings with production companies that can actually get your film out there and out into the public, so people can, so that a lot of people can see it. But it always seemed like such a waste of time in my mind, because if I have an idea that I'm excited about, there's got to be there's got to be at least like 100,000 or so people who think it's also a great idea. I mean, think of all the people that are in the world. It's like there's got to be somebody who thinks this is also a good idea if I think it's a good idea too. And that, it doesn't mean that like it's not going to be a weird idea or an idea that hasn't been done before. But it just means that, like, if I'm excited about it, then there's got to be other people out there excited about it too. And so it's a process that I'm going through, because I know eventually I'm going to have to, if I want to go anywhere, I'm going to have to stand in the room with executives and pitch an idea, or at least like I'm going to have to pitch it to somebody, and I'm going to have to learn to be comfortable with that. And, that's just, it's the name of the game. It's what I signed up for as a creative person, as somebody who wants to be a filmmaker, So I'm getting on a bit of a tangent, but I just wanted to, talk about how it's more important to continue to create things, to continue to write things, than it is to get wrapped up in these like small goals that may not work out. NaNoWriMo was a goal. It was something I was looking forward to. It was something that I wanted to come out on the other side of with a rough draft of this novel, and that just didn't happen. And more often than not, that's the result of what the creative life is all about. You come into an exciting idea, and in the middle of it, you may lose steam and have to put it aside and you come back to it later, and that's just what happens. So it doesn't mean that I'm not going to do NaNoWriMo next year. I'm looking forward to doing that. In fact, I've even thought, I don't even have to wait a year. What if I just do my own and just start over again, tomorrow, December 1st? I mean, there's nothing stopping me from doing that. I can just do that on my own. And, you can do that too. If you want to take a month and say, this month I'm going to write 50,000 words, or this month I'm going to write that short story, or this month I'm going to write, that feature film, because you can write a feature film in a month. It's very, very possible. I've done it before. It's, I'm not going to say it's going to be a good film, but it's going to be something where, you can take 30 days and you can have a full feature-length script that is at least a start, at least a draft to something that is the basic idea of what you would want your film to be. So anyway, I wanted to just kind of talk about, what was happening with my experience with NaNoWriMo this year, and how it just didn't happen the way that I thought it was going to happen, and that's okay. So, guys, I hope you're being safe. I hope you're washing your hands and wearing masks and social distancing and all that stuff. I can't wait to get on the other side of this whole pandemic, as I'm sure all of us can't wait. But, as a society, we're just going to have to decide to do the thing that's going to help us all. And it's very exhausting, I know. I'm experiencing fatigue from it. There's some days when I just kind of don't care. But then I walk outside and I take my mask with me, and I kind of look around and I think, okay, well, at least if I can do this every day, if I could do these small things every day, these incremental, protections every day, and if everybody does the same thing, then we're going to get, to the other end of this. And that's what I want. That's the end game. That's that's what I want. And I hope all of us want the same as well. And there is some vaccines that are on their way, but it's going to take a little while until it's distributed, until everybody feels comfortable taking the vaccine, and that's going to add a lot more time to it as well. So anyway, I will continue to do these podcasts and talk about things that are going on in my life and things that excite me. And that's the best I can do right now to share with you guys, about the things that I love, which is, filmmaking and writing and the process of all of that. I've never grown tired of it. And, that's just who I am. So anyway, guys, I will talk to you on the next one. Also, if you haven't done this already, I have a Twitter account for the podcast. It's at title_Tim. And I also have a Facebook page as well, and you can subscribe to that, and I will put episodes up there and any updates. So yeah, come on by, say hi, and yeah, till the next one.